Got milk? I do. Delicious milk, cheese, yogurt, butter, and cream. Collectively also known as dairy products, produced and used all over the world by many different cultures and in many different creative ways. But why? And cows? What makes them so special to us humans that they're even worshipped on the Indian subcontinent? Well, if you're as curious as I am, then all I can say is hello and welcome to the show. I'm Camish. I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, and today we will cover how the cow, and by extension its famous whitish liquid creation called milk, entered our species' diet and changed us and the way that we live and eat forever. After all, what would a pizza or a burger be without cheese? Or chocolate without milk? In the previous episode, we talked about how agriculture evolved in the Middle East around 10,000 BCE, and how this would eventually lead to civilization as we know it, and sometimes love it today. Well, in that very same geographic area, around the year 8000 BCE, our ancient ancestors started to domesticate a small herd of wild oxen for multiple reasons, such as its drinkable milk, and flavor for meat, obviously, but also for producing a very durable natural material known as leather for clothing articles, especially gloves, belts, shoes, and, of course, also status symbols, because humans have been coming up with those since time immemorial. Plus, cows served, and in some cultures/religious traditions still do serve, often as sacred ceremonial objects. The crescent-shaped horns of the oxen and later cows in general, were deemed to represent the different phases of the moon, which served as the basis for most historic calendars. The moon itself was seen as a very important deity, alongside the sun, the sky, the weather, and the earth itself. So, the cow originally was domesticated to serve primarily as a source of meat, and became an object of divine worship for some. But by at least 4000 BCE, our species started drinking milk, and what can I say, it does a body good. Unless you're like me and your stomach hates you. Now, milk is produced by the mammary glands of subsequently named mammals, primarily to serve as an important, if not outright essential, source of nutrition for offspring until the little ones are able and capable of digesting solid food on their own. Over the course of millennia, we have discovered or created several ingenious types of foods that are made from or improved by milk. For example, cheese, which forms as milk ages through the coagulation of the protein casein. Cheese is therefore rich in proteins and fat, and is also irresistibly tasty. The oldest known production of cheese dates to 1200 before the Common Era in ancient Egypt. The cheese produced in Egypt at that time most likely was salty and rather sour, with a similar texture to modern-day feta or cottage cheese. Butter is equally popular to cheese, and it's one of the easiest dairy products to manufacture by separating milk into buttermilk and fat. The fat is cooled and often shaped into blocks, becoming butter in the process. Butter can be used for many things, such as a sandwich spread, melting it upon salted popcorn, or frying other types of food, such as eggs. When's the last time I ate? Focus. We need to focus. Butter originated around 8000 BCE in either Stone Age Africa or in Sumer in the Middle East. We do know that the whole process on how to make butter, as well as yogurt, which was first produced in Sumer around 5000 before the Common Era, from beginning to end has been well documented and preserved by the Sumerians at around 2500 BCE. Milk is also closely tied with other products such as chocolate. While cocoa beans are native to Central America, chocolate as we tend to think about it was first created in 1875 when a chocolatier in Switzerland named Daniel Peter first combined cocoa, butter, sugar, and condensed milk, itself another Swiss invention by Peter's neighbor and friend Henry Nestle. Condensed milk is awesome, but the name Nestle gives me a funny feeling. But chocolate's for another episode. Let's move on. Dairy products are a very important and healthy part of a well-balanced diet. In 2021 CE, the global production had reached 918 million tons, with the top 6 producers being India, the United States, Pakistan, China, Brazil, and Germany. So, as we can see, milk does the taste buds very good, regardless in whichever form we may consume it. It has made so many of our most popular dishes more attractive visually and most certainly more delicious. I hope you found this episode as educational and mouth-watering as me. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Camish from Historic Chefs. Tasty history, one ingredient at a time. See you next time. Bye! Join us next time for another in-depth look at a beloved staple, potatoes!